What is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing you guys a Photoshop tutorial, including Cinema4D. I know you guys enjoy my 3D tutorials, so I thought, why not bring one like nice and secretive, and I'll bring it to you guys. So this is what we're gonna be doing today, something like this. I have this example here. It looks pretty freaking sexy, I don't lie. It is very clean, and like we're gonna be showing you how to do something like this. It's very simplistic, very simple to do, and Cinema4D, including in Photoshop, it's just like 3 little tips you gotta do, and it's just very, very quick to do. So with that being said, you can also do like little pictures in the background. I didn't really do that because we applied the same exact way we do backgrounds, banners for the 2D part where we do the highlights and stuff. We'll see that in the future of this video, but you can see that you can actually put pictures in the background if you wish to. I didn't choose to because I just thought it looked pretty cool like this. And all around, it just looks really good in all different colors too. Like, I like that color a lot. And it just looks very, very clean. Just something that you can just put on your banner if you're looking for something nice and clean, little 3D banner. So I just said like banner like 500 times in that sentence, but you know, YOLO, whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start in Cinema4D. We're gonna have this render something like this. I'm gonna probably just do this render all over again, and we're gonna just go through here, render it out, put it in Photoshop. Simple little tricks and stuff. We're also going to have all the materials, including the Lightroom, in the description down below, just for you guys to use, so just in case you don't have any materials of your own or really nice Lightrooms to use, or render settings, etc., etc. So yeah, with that being said, we can go ahead and start on this tutorial, and like you can't lie, it looks pretty good, even like for just simple 3D. It doesn't look, you know, out of place. And like I said, if you put like pictures in the background, or put some pictures, you know, just I guess accent it with some pictures in some cool ways from my other videos, I would say this looks pretty damn baller. And if you, of course, if you have better materials than I do, or that you want to use, that's a thing, but I'm going to be using the same ones all over again. And yeah, that's basically it. So let's go ahead into Cinema4D and let's get started. I have the example here. I'm going to actually go switch windows really quickly, and I'm going to combine all these paths for my by the way, this is an AI, of course. This is like a little AI you do when you like pencil something out. It's like an outline of your logo, so this is what you want to put in if you want to put your logo in here as well. I like to put my logo in the background as a little accent, like I did over here. I just put my my logo in the background, a simple little accent to my name in the front. I thought it looked pretty cool, so I'm gonna keep that as well, including this little simple bend feature that you can actually use in Cinema4D. It's actually a default program. And so yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to right click, connect objects plus delete to, I'm going to shift click on all these paths and connect it to one object, so not just one little object. What I'm going to do is take this out. I'm going to hold Alt while I go ahead and go to extrude NURBS, and it's just going to go ahead and go like that. It'll just automatically attach, and I'm going to click on my extrude NURBS, go to my start and end, change this both to fillet cap, and I'm just going to go ahead and change them all to 2. And there we go. And now as well as I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the object. We'll just change this last one here. Just put that up just a little bit. I'll say about 50 is good. And we're going to duplicate this. So Control C, V. And if I'm moving fast, it's because I have another tutorial on this kind of thing where I did like this like little simple thing I'm doing is I'm going to put my color. I'm going to actually, I'll show you in a second. I'm going to put this to 25, the second duplicate one to 25. And I'm just going to move it back to the middle of it. Somewhere along the middle, if I can just find it. That's pretty okay in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and change this fillet cap now to 4, all into 4 now. So you'll see in the middle of it, we're going to have like a simple little thing right there. It looks pretty cool, a little accent thing we're going to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So like I said, it's a very, very simple thing we're going to be doing here. And like I said, if you yet have now like no clue how to do anything in Cinema4D, what I basically just did was put my AI path that I have from either Illustrator or Photoshop. I put it in Extrude NURBS, which is located in the Extrude NURBS tab, or the NURBS tab right here. You can just simply drag it in, change the settings to what you see here, make a duplicate of it, which could just using Control C and V, which is like a computer. And then I just changed the fillet cap now to 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 for all of them, and now it has like a little simple little indentation thing in the middle. So there we go. It's very, very simple stuff here, but I want to kind of move this a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and group all this together. I'm just gonna call this logo. And I'm going to go ahead and Control C it. And now if I switch my window down to my Lightroom, and I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just hide this. And we're going to Control V to duplicate it. And we can just simply bring it in really quickly, just like so. Now, if you guys, like I said, if you have no clue about Cinema4D, and you find it really awkward for you to like trying to like place it and move it and such, because your orientation is like up high, like this right here, I want to have it dead smack in the middle. I want to just go to here with this little L-shaped thing right here, enable your axis, or enable your axes, and then just move it where it should be, just using your arrows and not trying to freehand it. And there we go. Now it's directly in the middle. Little trick, if just in case you guys don't know. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll just leave this to the side for now. I'm going to go ahead and go to Mograph, Mode Text, and I'm going to just go ahead and type in, we'll just type in Seso HQ again. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what just happened there. Alright. Seso HQ. And I'm going to go ahead and just change my thing to Nexa Bold. That's one I use in the preview I did right here. I did use Nexa Bold. It's a simple little, nice little font to use. If you have any cooler fonts, go ahead and leave in the description below just in case any of your peers want to see them. I'm going to change my alignment to middle. That way I can see it all cool. And I'm going to just change my horizontal spacing. I'm going to just shrink it just a little bit. And I'll go ahead and just make my depth about like 60 or so. And there we go. You can see it's looking pretty nice. Really simple, just simple text here. And now what I can do is I can go ahead and Control CV. So I'm going to Control copy this mode text right here, which is our Seso HQ name. And I'm going to do the same as I think I did before. So I'm going to lower my depth to 30. Put it near the middle-ish. And go to caps, fill it cap. And put this to 2. Now the reason why I did not fill a cap this, the text itself, I could. I really don't really want to. I guess I'll do it all in just one, just so it's nice and smooth. There we go. That's fine. That'll work. So there we go. I just did the same thing I did with the logo on my text now. So now I'm going to do is just we're going to go ahead and just group this together really quickly. Put this to text. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop this down really quickly. Go to this bend tab where this is where all your like everything you can do, like all your distorts is what I would call them. You can bend it, twist it, whatever we're going to be using. We're going to be using wrap. And we're going to lower our wrap. And in this group of your text group, and we're going to just put our wrap right below everything. So there we go. You'll see it's all wrapped up and looks all weird and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I center this in the middle. And now I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just figure out where I want this thing. We're going to change that width. Or this. What am I looking for? Oh. We'll see. We're just going to mess around with it. Alright, there we go. Looks better. Alright, so your tension is basically what you need to move. Anything else is just up to you. I'm just trying to see if I need to move anything else. Not really. No, that's pretty much the same thing I have here. I have my spacing a little bit differently though, so I'll go ahead and change that. It's in here. Double click on those. Object, horizontal spacing was not as much. There we go. Alright, cool. So there you go. Have a simple bend text. And now I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take my logo, drag it behind this over here. And I'm going to make it just a little more bigger maybe. And I'm going to go ahead and just center my camera perfectly. And in my Lightroom, you're going to have a camera, so you can just use it the same way. I'm going to be using it in a second. I'm going to go ahead and just center it nice and well, just like so. And now if I select this little white dot on this camera, it'll let me freeform or like freely move. And if I click back on it, it'll go back to the center. So now I can go ahead and just move my logo the way I want it. And I'll say something like that. And I'll move it something like this. Let's go back to middle. That's pretty good. We just want to have as a little accent in the background. So that's pretty much the way I kind of want it. Now, what I can do now is I can put the materials on. So I gave you guys a material, and I also gave you guys a sky. I want to show you how to do the sky on your own, though. So I'll go ahead and, where is it? This is the example one. This is what I need. Logo, logo, text, text, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put the, where's the indentation one? So this is where I'm going to put the blue. I'm going to put the highlight color in the middle of it. The one supposed to be in the middle. So when you click any material, you want to go to projection and change it from cubic, and also click seamless. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one, I believe it was, right? Yep, same thing. It should be cubic, seamless. And on the, basically the face of it, I'm going to change this to my metal material. I'm going to go ahead and just make cubic and seamless. And then cubic and seamless. And there we go. We have a very nice looking text. It's just very simple stuff here. It's like, it's nothing crazy, nothing dramatic, and it's not very hard to, like, you know, really just latch onto and run away with, because it's very simple to do. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just see something. If I render this region really quickly, you'll be able to see the material, and it just looks very freaking cool, I think. And when you, like, you know, finish it off in post, like in Photoshop, where it's going to look very, very good. So I think that looks pretty much, yeah, that looks good. So now what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to show you how to use the sky. And the way to use your sky is very, very simple. It's very big as well. If you guys want to, you're going to already have all these materials. You're going to have the HDRI as well. To use a sky, if you have no clue what to do, and if you're in a Lightroom, if you're like new to like Cinema4D, or if you never use a Lightroom, you have to be using a Lightroom to make your renders look good, as well as a sky. So what you do is go to your floor tab here. You want to go to sky. You want to drag in your HDRI here, put it on your sky, and we're just going to make sure we keep this spherical is fine. That's perfectly fine. And what we're going to do is going to right click on this sky, go to Cinema4D tags, compositing, and we're going to change where it says scene by camera. I want to click it off. And now when you render it out again, I don't want it to take forever, but when you render out again, and like materials are blurred just a little bit, I already have my materials blurred, but when you render out again, it's going to give you like these little highlights around it, which looks so good. It makes it look more like almost like realistic, or just more of a HD looking render, so it doesn't look too flat, it doesn't look boring, it looks very nice and just pops out. So when you use your sky along with some very nice materials, trust me, you will like thank me. If you have no clue what you're using with sky or Lightrooms, please use them. They'll be in the description down below if you guys want to download them, so please. Basically this is it though. This is our render for the video. I'm just gonna go ahead and render this out and then put it in Photoshop, and then we'll continue there. Very simple stuff here, so hope you guys enjoy like this little Cinema4D part. I know this is very basic for some of you guys who have no clue how to, who already know how to use Cinema4D. This is some basic stuff, but please, also like we said, I use Bend here. You can use, or I used Wrap. You can use Bend, Melt, Twist. You can use a lot of cool things, but just don't use it too much because you don't want to distort the object to make it look like it's like, just looks like cartoony, or you know what I mean. It'll look very weird. But if you want to use other things besides Wrap, I just like to use Wrap because I think wrapping around the logo as an accent in the background is like a little cool idea. So just make sure you can just remember that you can use other things besides Wrap. Like, you know, just go ahead and just try everything else. So anyway, we're gonna go into Photoshop now. So I'll see you guys there. All right, guys. So my render just finished up. It didn't take that long at all. I had to do with just some quick little fixes, and then just re-render a couple times just trying to get the right lighting and such. So if you guys ever do this on your own, you guys re-render it. It doesn't take that long. My RAM is only like 588. Gosh darn it. My RAM is 8 gigabytes, and I have an i7, so it didn't take that long at all. So if you got to re-render it, no problem. I had to just add another light a couple times and just like kind of fix my material a little bit, and I just got this outcome. It looks very nice. You can see the reflection here. It looks very good. So the more light you have in like these very peculiar spots, it might look very good. So just go ahead and test that out. Anyway, I'm already done, so we can go ahead and go to Photoshop. The render's already in here, setting all nice and clean. And so, just in case, a lot of you guys actually asked me in the comment section how do I get rid of my taskbar in Photoshop. Some people have the same problem I did. I didn't like it in my videos. I feel like I wasn't fully immersive in Photoshop. So what I had to do was just simply go to View, screen mode, and just went to full screen mode with one menu bar. It's on standard mode regularly, so I kind of wanted to change that up and just make it so that you're fully immersive in Photoshop. So this is it. That's what I do there. It's just very simple stuff there. Anyway, let's go ahead and the Photoshop part is very quick. Everything is very simple. You'll see it's just like, oh, that's just how you do it. Oh shit. Well, there. So it's very simple stuff we're gonna do right here. So you guys already know this part kind of where I do the whole the highlights such with the background. But I know that one time I don't do it. I'm gonna have that one person just like, yo, how did you make that background? So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it really quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do, which is basically go ahead and change my foreground color to something like this, a very nice dark toned color. You can use this hex code if you guys wish to, and to get the same color as me. And to quick fill the foreground color is just pressing Alt Backspace. So Alt Backspace on your keyboard, or Control Backspace for your background color. But we want our foreground color, which is this right here. So what we're gonna do here is gonna make another new layer. And this is just some simple stuff. So with a brush, a nice soft brush, 0 hardness, we're just going to take the diameter a little bit. And by the way, how I make this bigger is holding Control, Alt, and right click and left and right. So if I right click and move my mouse left and right, I can make my diameter a little bit bigger and smaller. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to simply just go ahead and just click, drag, something like that. Very simple stuff there with highlights with my brush. Change this from normal to overlay. I'm going to lower my opacity down to about 85% or so. And I'm going to go ahead and make another new layer. And I'm just going to click and drag just a little bit, or like around these two edges, like these two like middle spots here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just change it to overlay as well. And then with this, shift click on all these layers we just used, which is the color and the two highlight brush hits we just did. Control J to duplicate, and then Control E to merge them together. And we're just gonna change this from normal to multiply here. That way we're gonna have more of a darker tone color, which looks really nice. And what we're gonna do here is, whoops, I'm gonna go ahead and just change my opacity down to about, I'll say 65. And what we'll do as well is we can just go ahead and go to our adjustment layer, which is right here, these little circles, this little half circle filled in. And we're going to go to brightness and contrast here. And we're going to lower our brightness down a tad bit, and just put our contrast up, not a tad bit, I'll say, so what, negative 75 brightness and 35 contrast, just to keep it all even and stuff for you guys to use for your settings. So yeah, there we go. That's basically it right there, as well as one more new layer actually. And using the same white brush here, soft brush, and I'm gonna click and drag over here, just something simple like that, and I'll put that on overlay. And now we're basically done. We just wanted to set ourselves up with a nice little highlighted background that just looks very clean and such. So when we put our 3D render on it, just like so, it looked pretty nice. So it looks clean already. But now we're going to start doing some of the things that we have in here. What I want to do first is basically this little outline ring, and then that's literally pretty much it that I did on the banner itself, and with just some simple things on my brush stocks. So I'm going to show you how I did that really quickly. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and double click this really quickly. I'm just going to figure out if I want to put any layer styles on it. My first time I did it, I did put some drop shadow, some inner shadow, just to give it some just like, I guess, depth, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same here. I'm going to go ahead and just lower my opacity down a little bit. So if you want to copy my settings, go right ahead. I'm just going to figure it out on my own really quickly. And there we go. I see that looks okay. And then just the simple stuff. So gradient overlay maybe. On overlay or either soft. We'll do soft. And there we go. That looks pretty fine. I just wanted to just do some quick, simple things. So if you want to just copy my settings really quick, for my inner shadow, I have 0 distance, 11 choke, 9 size. This might be different for you, by the way, but I'm just showing you what I have right now. I put my overlay, or my gradient overlay on, my regular just default gradient setting, or my black to white. Change my blend mode to soft light, if it's not already. And my opacity is going to be just 55. And on my drop shadow, it's just 0, 7, and 10 with my opacity at 50. And there we go. So what I'm going to go ahead now and do is I'm going to just make sure this is all nice and, yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is you want to take your magic wand tool, which is W on your keyboard, and you want to just click on the outside of where you had that render. So somewhere on the outside. What you're going to do is basically select everything but your render. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to select, modify, I believe it's contract, and we're just going to contract it by about 15 pixels. Press OK, and make sure you don't press expand, it's contract. And this is what it does. It's going to select the outside of this part right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer, change my foreground color to black, and then I can just press Alt Backspace, or if you just want to right click, fill it, where is it? Right click fill? I don't think that works with this. Anyway, it's okay. Just use your foreground color and then press Alt Backspace to quickly fill it in. And what I'm going to do here is press Control D to deselect. And I'm going to go ahead and do is just put this new layer on overlay. And we're just going to lower the opacity down to about, that looks okay. That doesn't look too bad. So what, 40, 42? I guess that'll work. I just kind of want to leave it even just for you guys. So about 40, there we go. I'm going to double click on this really quickly. And I'm going to see what happens when I add some stroke. I'm going to put this on a white stroke, my size a little bit up there, and put my blend mode to overlay. And then basically I just gave it like a surrounding bubble that looks very clean. It looks very good, and it's just like, you know, just kind of immersed, like, how do I say it? Like, compacts your logo and your text in, so it looks pretty cool. So with that being said, I think that's pretty much all I did with this, is just my simple stroke. I didn't put no inner shadow because inner shadow will be on the outside there, so that's basically it. So press OK, and then with this, we're going to make a new layer. And we're just going to add some simple lighting effects, so just use your brush again, or if you have any lighting stocks that you want to use, just like, you know, play around with. But I'm just going to use a soft white brush, click on the top one good time, and you'll see here it looks pretty nice. As well as I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make another new layer, select a color that's on this render here, which is this blue. I'm going to go ahead and just click over here, and click over there, give myself some nice blue highlights here. I'm going to see, I think color dodge would work the best. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Color dodge works a little bit. Put some here as well. Here as well. It looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and figure out what I want to put around this thing. So like I said, since the background's the same as that kind of background we use for 2D backgrounds, don't be scared to go ahead and just check those out, see how, like, what cool things I did there. Put them on this banner as well. And like I said before, pictures. You can put some pictures on this as well. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just use some simple brush stocks. This is my brush pack, by the way, if you guys want to purchase this for $5, updates consistently. So I'm going to go ahead and just use something from here. What do I want to use? I used this before. I'll just change this to white really quickly. And now this is whatever. You can use my 30K pack to get some stocks just to use and, like, you know, mess around with. I'm going to go ahead and just drag that up here. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. Just a little like... I call them like radio, like I just got like the radio, like what do you call it, transmitter thing. That's what I got when I did this. Put it on overlay, and then there we go. Just figure something out. I'll put another one, just looks cool. I think I did this before, right? Yeah, that'll work. I just did something like this, and I just put on these sides there. as well as I always love doing this. I don't know if you guys like know, but if you guys don't have a template, I'll probably put this template as well in the description down below for like your YouTube banners and such. But if you guys do not have the YouTube banner template of mine, or if you don't want to use mine, because I can just press Control and click on the thumbnail on this portfolio crop, and it already like cuts out what I need right here. But if you guys don't want to do that, if you just make a new layer, press M on your keyboard, which gives you the rectangle marquee tool. You want to go ahead and just highlight around the banner or whatever part you're doing, or if you're like your dimensions of like the entire thing that's going to be showing. We can go ahead and go to select, modify, border, change your width to about 3 pixels, press OK, make sure your foreground color is white, press Alt backspace to fill it in really quickly, and then just change your blend mode from normal to overlay, and then you get this very nice looking popping out. Look, you just see the border right here. It just looks like it's popping out. It looks a lot better. Even if you put your border up just a little bit more, you can do that as well. But I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I'm just going to erase around it a little bit, like somewhere right here. And why not? I'll do it quickly again. Why not? So I can just use the portfolio crop this time. Select, modify, border. I'll say about 6 this time. White. And what I'll do actually is, besides making it white, I'll make it blue this time. So something like blue like this. Then fill it in. And then use color dodge, I believe. Yeah, that'll work. And like try and do something like this. It shouldn't look too bad. I didn't do this in my other banner, but I can do it here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. So there you go. It looks pretty simple. It's just a simple looking 3D kind of banner here. And I don't know. If I like my render's like a little offset, you can see my logo just a little more to the right, to the left it needs to be. But it looks pretty good. So anything else that you do is just simply enough, just put some text on it, whatever you like put on. I'm just gonna put 3D tutorial. And I of course love doing like white text on blue. It looks fine, as well as if you guys have next to bold and next to light, you can make it look cool, like with text. I can make 3D bold. I can make text light, next to bold light. It looks pretty cool. So things like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today, and I hope I gave you guys like a nice little refreshing 3D banner tutorial. I don't know if I'm liking this like crazy stocks in the background, but like, where is it? Yeah, that's it. Put it on. Is it already on overlay? What don't I like? I don't like that too much. Maybe if it's on overlay, I look better. Yeah, it looks better that way. Anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment. Don't forget 200 likes on this video. You can secret download below. Although I might not put one in because I'm going to already give you like the Lightroom and the template of this and the material, so maybe there won't be no secret download. But don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ. Also check out my Selfie, selfie.com/SesoHQ to also get some pre-mates and packs like this brush pack I'm using in today's video. You can use it as well for your own. It's only for $5, one purchase, and you actually get updates through your email that you use from your PayPal or your Selfie account, and then you get just some free updates that just comes out and it just looks cool. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Seso out. Peace.